Ever wish your AI could do more than just, answer your questions?
Oh, yeah.
Like, imagine if it could format that report you've been working on,
Right.
build a presentation, or even keep an eye on someone's health in real time.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, get ready because we're diving into the world of large action models,
Okay.
or LAMs, with insights from tech expert Jay Poole
Awesome.
from the awesome Tech Frontiers YouTube channel.
Yeah, his work is really cutting edge.
It really is.
Yeah.
And today we'll be exploring exactly what LAMs are and how they're different from the AI that we're used to.
Okay.
The fascinating inner workings that make them so powerful.
Right.
The potential impact that LAMs could have on things like your job or even healthcare.
Interesting.
And of course, we'll cover some of the challenges that come with this level of AI advancement.
Makes sense.
So let's start by unpacking what LAMs actually are.
Okay. So you're probably familiar with chatbots that just, respond to your prompts. But LAMs, they go way beyond that.
Right.
They're all about execution,
Okay.
interpreting commands, spoken or even visual, and then taking, actual steps to complete these complex tasks.
So it's less about giving the AI guidance.
Right.
And more about it taking real-world action.
Exactly.
Based on what you ask.
Think about asking your LAM to make a document look more professional.
Okay.
And it actually does it for you right there on the screen. That shift from guidance to execution.
Yeah.
That's a major leap forward in how we interact with technology.
Almost feels like we're stepping into a sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
So how do they pull this off?
Right.
What's going on behind the scenes to make these LAMs so capable?
Well, technically, they use a combination of reinforcement learning, fine-tuning, and learning from expert demonstrations.
Gotcha.
But what really sets them apart is their ability to adapt in real time.
So they're not just following like a strict set of pre-programmed instructions.
Right.
They can actually adjust on the fly.
Yeah, precisely.
Okay.
Let's say a LAM is working within Windows.
Okay.
If something unexpected happens,
it
can adjust its actions accordingly, making it much more reliable for those real-world tasks that we're talking about.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
It's like having an incredibly skilled assistant who can not only anticipate problems, but also solve them before they even happen.
It really does change the game in terms of what's possible with AI.
Okay, so this all sounds super cool.
Yeah.
But why should our listeners care?
Right.
How is this going to impact their lives?
Well, let's bring it back to you.
Okay.
Imagine those tedious tasks that you do every day, like formatting in Word or Excel.
Ugh, yeah.
What if a LAM could handle all of that, freeing you up to do more creative and engaging work?
Talk about a productivity boost.
Yeah.
It's almost like giving yourself a raise by getting more done in the same amount of time.
Exactly. And it goes beyond personal productivity, too.
Okay.
LAMs have the potential to make technology accessible to everyone, regardless of their tech skills.
That's a huge win for accessibility.
Yeah.
Removing those barriers so that anyone can harness the power of AI is incredibly important.
Absolutely.
And if we zoom out and look at the bigger picture, the potential impact on various industries is immense.
Yeah.
Think about healthcare, for instance.
Okay.
AI that monitors patients
and
responds to emergencies in real time could save countless lives.
That's life-saving potential right there.
It really is.
Not just in emergency situations, but in terms of, preventative care and early detection.
Absolutely.
And then you have logistics.
Okay.
LAMs could optimize entire supply chains, make them more efficient, and reduce costs.
Yeah.
Which ultimately benefits both businesses and consumers.
It's like a domino effect.
Yeah.
Improving one area can have positive ripple effects across entire industries.
And then there's education. Imagine personalized learning experiences that adapt to each student's needs, helping them learn at their own pace and in a way that works best for them.
That's a game changer for education.
It really is.
No more one-size-fits-all approaches.
Right.
It's about tailoring the learning experience to each individual student.
Yeah.
That's incredibly powerful.
And these are just a few examples.
Right.
The possibilities are truly vast.
It's mind-blowing to think about where this could lead.
Yeah.
But of course, with any powerful technology,
Right.
we need to consider the challenges that come with it.
You're absolutely right.
Right.
It's crucial to approach this technology thoughtfully and responsibly.
Let's dig into some of those challenges after a quick break.
Sounds good. One of the biggest questions we face is how to make sure that these incredibly powerful systems are used responsibly. We're talking about AI that can take real-world actions.
Yeah.
So the stakes are high.
Absolutely. It's not just about theoretical implications anymore.
Right.
These are real-world consequences that we have to consider.
Yeah.
So how do we navigate that?
Yeah.
Where do we even begin?
Well, a big part of it comes down to understanding the limitations of these models.
Okay.
They're incredibly powerful, but they're not infallible.
Right.
They can still make mistakes.
Yeah.
Especially if they're given, unclear or incomplete instructions.
So it's not just about building advanced AI.
Right.
It's about building it in a way that anticipates potential errors and has safeguards in place.
Exactly. And that brings us to the critical role of human oversight.
Okay.
We can't just set these LAMs loose and expect them to operate flawlessly without any human intervention.
It's almost like having a powerful tool that needs a skilled operator to use it effectively and safely.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
We need to be actively involved in monitoring how these models are performing,
Right.
identifying potential issues, and making adjustments as needed. And that human element is crucial not just for preventing errors, but also for ensuring that LAMs are used ethically and fairly.
Right, because technology itself isn't inherently good or bad.
Yeah.
It's all about how we choose to use it.
Precisely.
Right.
And that brings us to the important conversation about transparency.
Okay.
We need to understand how these models are trained, what data they're using, and what biases might be embedded within them.
Because if we're going to trust these lambs to make decisions that impact our lives, we need to know how they're arriving at those decisions.
Yeah.
It's about accountability, too.
Absolutely. We need to be able to trace back the decision-making process and understand why a particular action was taken.
Right.
That's essential for building trust and ensuring that these systems are used responsibly.
It's like building a strong foundation for a house.
Yeah.
Without that transparency and accountability, the whole structure becomes unstable.
A great way to put it.
Yeah.
And another key aspect of this conversation is education.
Okay.
The more people understand about how lambs work, the better equipped we'll be to use them effectively, identify potential issues, and engage in informed discussions about their ethical implications.
It's almost like we're all becoming pioneers in this new frontier of AI.
Exactly.
We need to learn the lay of the land, so to speak,
to
navigate it safely and responsibly.
And that learning process is ongoing. As lambs continue to evolve, our understanding of their capabilities and limitations will also evolve. It's a journey we're taking together.
And speaking of this journey, one of the most fascinating aspects of lambs is how they're changing the way we work. If these models can handle so many tasks, what does that mean for the future of jobs and human employment?
It's a question that's on a lot of people's minds, and understandably so. But I think it's important to remember that throughout history, technological advancements have always disrupted the workforce. New jobs emerge, old jobs evolve, and the skills that are in demand shift. Lambs are simply the latest chapter in that ongoing story.
So it's not necessarily about AI replacing humans. It's more about AI changing the nature of work and the skills that are required.
Exactly. And that's where adaptability and lifelong learning become crucial. We need to be prepared to embrace new technologies, acquire new skills, and constantly evolve to stay ahead of the curve.
It's like we're all becoming students again. Constantly learning and adapting to this rapidly changing world.
And that's actually a good segue into another important consideration: education.
The
potential for lambs to revolutionize the way we learn is immense.
I'm really excited about the possibilities there. Imagine a world where education is truly personalized, where every student can learn at their own pace and in a way that resonates with their individual learning style.
That's the vision. And lambs can play a key role in making that vision a reality.
How so?
We're talking about AI tutors that can provide personalized feedback, adaptive learning platforms that adjust to each student's progress, and even virtual reality experiences that make learning immersive and engaging.
It's almost like we're breaking down the walls of the traditional classroom and opening up a whole new world of learning possibilities.
And that brings us to another crucial point.
The
role of creativity in a world where AI is becoming increasingly sophisticated. If lambs can generate content, write music, and create art, does that diminish the value of human creativity?
That's a question that a lot of people are grappling with. Does it mean that artists, writers, and musicians are becoming obsolete?
I don't think so. I see it more as a collaboration. AI can be a powerful tool for creative exploration, helping us to generate ideas, experiment with new forms of expression, and even push the boundaries of what's possible. But ultimately, I believe that true creativity comes from the human spirit, from our unique experiences, perspectives, and emotions.
So it's not about AI replacing human creativity. It's about AI augmenting and expanding our creative potential.
Exactly. Think of it as a partnership. We bring the vision, the inspiration, and the emotional depth, while AI provides the tools and the technical capabilities to bring our ideas to life.
It's like having a creative collaborator who can instantly translate our thoughts and ideas into tangible forms.
And that collaboration can lead to some truly remarkable results. We're already seeing this in fields like music, art, and design, where AI is being used to create new sounds, generate novel imagery, and even design innovative products.
It's exciting to think about all the creative possibilities that are opening up. But as with any powerful tool, it's important to use it responsibly and ethically.
Absolutely. And that's a conversation that we need to continue having as AI continues to evolve.
Let's delve into some of those ethical considerations and explore what the future might hold after a quick break.
Feels like we've moved from AI that just, talks to AI that takes action, which is a pretty huge leap.
It really is a significant shift. And it raises some, fascinating questions about the future. If lambs are a step towards artificial general intelligence, how will that reshape our understanding of work, creativity, and even what it means to be human?
It's almost like science fiction is becoming reality right before our eyes.
It is, and it's both exhilarating and a bit daunting. We're entering uncharted territory, and it's up to us to navigate it wisely.
You mentioned artificial general intelligence.
For our listeners who might not be familiar with that term, could you explain what it means and how it relates to lambs?
Artificial general intelligence, or AGI, refers to a hypothetical type of AI that possesses the same general cognitive abilities as a human being. In other words, an AGI would be able to learn, understand, and reason across a wide range of tasks and domains, just like a person can.
So it's not just about being good at one specific thing, playing chess or writing code.
Exactly.
It's about having a more generalized intelligence that can adapt to different situations and solve different kinds of problems.
And that's where the connection to lambs comes in.
Okay.
While lambs are still far from achieving AGI, they represent a significant step in that direction. Their ability to learn from experience, adapt to new information, and take actions in the real world demonstrates a level of flexibility and general problem-solving ability that we haven't seen in AI before.
So it's like lambs are pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI.
Right.
And in doing so, they're raising questions about the future of intelligence itself.
Yeah.
Both artificial and human.
Precisely.
Right.
And those questions are at the heart of the ethical considerations surrounding lambs.
Okay.
If we're talking about AI systems that are becoming more and more capable, we need to think carefully about how we design, develop, and deploy them.
Because the choices we make today will have a profound impact on the kind of future we create with this technology.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's why it's so important to have these conversations now while the technology is still relatively young.
Right.
We need to engage in open and honest discussions about the potential benefits and risks of lambs. Yeah. And we need to involve a diverse range of voices in those discussions.
Because the future of AI is not something that should be decided by a small group of tech experts.
Right.
It's something that affects all of us.
Yeah.
And we all have a stake in shaping that future.
I completely agree. Right.
And that's one of the things I find so encouraging about the current state of the AI field.
Okay.
There's a growing recognition of the importance of ethical considerations, and there's a real desire to develop these technologies responsibly and inclusively.
It's like we're all coming together to figure out how to navigate this new frontier.
Yeah.
And that collaborative spirit gives me hope for the future.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I think that's a great note to end on.
Okay.
The future of AI is full of possibilities, both exciting and challenging.
Right.
And it's up to all of us to work together to ensure that those possibilities are realized in a way that benefits humanity as a whole.
Well said. And to our listeners out there, we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on lambs and the future of AI?
Right.
What excites you? What concerns you?
Exactly.
Share your thoughts, keep exploring, and let's continue this conversation together.
Because the more we learn and discuss,
the better equipped we'll be to navigate the incredible journey ahead.
That's a wrap on another deep dive.
Great.
Until next time. Keep questioning, keep learning, and keep imagining the possibilities.